You're here to discover what the dream career is and how you can use it to help create your dream life. You're looking for more meaning, more fulfillment, more money. You've decided to take control over your future and to be an active participant in creating what's next for you. Here's what I know. You can redefine your version of success starting right now, even if you think you can't. I know what it's like. I know what it's like to have a dream, to want more, but to not have any idea how to get it, or to be afraid that I would fail, questioning if I even had what it takes. I'm Cynthia Garcia. I'm the founder and CEO of the Institute of Transformational Nutrition. And I'm so grateful that you're here, and I look forward to sharing what the dream career is that can change your life like it changed mine and so many others. Every single day, I get to show up and make a difference in people's lives by helping them get healthy and transform their lives as a nutrition coach and a life coach. It is my dream career. I'm currently the nutritionist for the show Revenge Body with Khloe Kardashian. I've written 2 best-selling books and I've worked with the clients all over the world. But the best part is by focusing on helping others, the fear of my failure no longer rules my life. But I'm getting way ahead of myself. What you need to know right now is that it was not always like this, and you may have seen that coming. So in the first part of this video series, I want to show you how I discovered my dream career, which I think might just be yours too. So as I share my story with you, I want you to look for similarities in your story and think about areas where you've struggled too. What I'm about to share with you may be disturbing for some people. All right, let's flash back 16 years ago. I found myself on the floor of my cramped studio apartment with a handful of pills, having just decided to take my own life. I grew up in an abusive, alcoholic, drug-addicted home where we had so little money that I often went hungry. There was no indoor plumbing and very little heat, but we had a wealth of pain, anger, and destruction. I dealt with mental abuse, physical abuse, and sexual abuse from the earliest that I can remember. My dad spent time in jail. My mother struggled with mental health concerns that stemmed from her own past trauma, and times were hard. As I grew up, I worked odd jobs, I scrapped and I saved, and I moved out of the tiny town that I grew up in the Appalachian Mountains. I went all the way to Los Angeles, California. You see, I thought I could run away. I thought I could escape my current life and start a new one. What I didn't realize is that I was carrying all the past pain, trauma, self-harm, and old habits right along with me. And no matter where I went, there I was. So after being diagnosed with chronic fatigue syndrome, struggling with clinical depression, suffering from memory loss and weight gain, and trying everything to heal my body, I decided that I was tired of fighting what seemed to be an uphill battle. I decided that suicide was my only way out. And it was the night that I sat with a handful of pills, choosing to end it all, that my life changed forever. You see, that morning, I had woken up feeling slightly better, more energized, and I remember feeling excited, thinking maybe this was a turning point. So I got in the shower, and that's when I found lumps in both of my breasts. And that was my breaking point, my rock bottom. So I sank to the shower floor. I just sat down and I just wrapped my arms around myself and started rocking back and forth. And I sat there for hours until I noticed that I was shaking from the water that had eventually turned cold. So I got out and I wrapped a towel around me and I walked to the living room and I just sat down on the couch. I was numb. I felt hopeless and I felt worthless. The day turned into night, and by the early hours of the morning, I had decided again that suicide was my only way out. I felt like I had been fighting my entire life, and I was just so tired of fighting. As I started to get angry, wondering why so many challenging things had happened to me, I heard this voice inside saying, "It isn't happening to you, it's happening for you." And I knew in that moment that I wasn't alone, that there were so many people out there struggling and suffering, just like me. So many people desperately wanting better lives, just like me. And since you're watching this, I imagine you want a better life too. That night, I made the decision to give it one more shot, to go all in on healing my body, to take control and finally start living on my terms. I decided that I would figure this out on my own because that's what people like us do, right? We figure things out. And I knew that if I figured it out, I could tell other people. I could give them answers that I had been seeking but could never find. And together, we could all create the lives that we'd been dreaming of for so long. The thing is, I had no idea how I would do that. When I moved to Los Angeles, it was because my dream was to escape my current situation and create a life that I actually wanted to live, filled with possibility. So I had started working as a model and a television host because it was just something that I had fallen into. It was right in front of me, and I thought, well, I guess this is it. This is my career. This is the path. This is what success is supposed to look like. It was living that hectic lifestyle while still dealing with unresolved trauma and running my physical body into the ground that led me to hit rock bottom. Looking back, what I understand now is that if you don't define what success means, someone else will define it for you. And you'll chase that idea of success until you're exhausted, unhappy, probably unhealthy, with no direction to take next, except to just keep working. But I also know that you can redefine your version of success, starting right now. You don't have to hit rock bottom like I did. I wish I'd have known that then. What I know now is that you can simply choose something better for your life. See, everything that you've gone through has given you gifts and strength and knowledge for what's next. It's led you right here, and that is no accident. So let's take just a minute to define or redefine what success means to you. Is it making more money, helping others, creating a comfortable future for your family? Maybe it's being seen as a leader. You see, it's not just about material possessions, even though that's okay. And it's not just about status, even though that's okay. It's about doing what gives you a deeper sense of fulfillment and meaning. It's about doing what makes you feel alive. Now, once you get clear on what success means to you, you can take the next right, bold step to get it. So when I realized that night on the floor what I really wanted, as I said, I had no idea how to actually get it. But I knew that the only way I would figure it out is by taking the next right step. I decided that I needed to learn the truth about nutrition for myself. I knew that if I wasn't healthy physically, that I would never be able to live the life I wanted, let alone help anyone else do the same. So that very night, I started a search, and I found a nutrition certification program online. I enrolled by putting my tuition on 3 credit cards because there wasn't a large enough credit limit left on them individually. But that was okay too, because again, I was investing in the only thing I had left to invest in, and that was myself. And I took it seriously. I dove in head first. I studied everything I could get my hands on. And it was not a straight line to success. I encountered a lot of twists and turns and bumps in the road. But I had made a commitment. And if you're like I am, you tend to be a little stubborn. And when you make a commitment, you see it through. I had invested in me, and I wasn't giving up. So I started working with clients from the comfort of my own home. I was helping people feel better. I was supporting them and helping them feel seen and heard and like they mattered. I had started to heal my body and my heart in the process. I had started to feel alive. There was just one problem. I still wasn't fully transformed myself. I still struggled with my weight and my mental health. I still got tired easily. And I was still alone in this city where I had no family and no real friends. But more than anything, I still wasn't making the money that I needed or wanted. And that was stressful. That was hard. I knew that I had found my dream career as a nutrition coach. I had never felt so fulfilled. I mean, look, I would help people for free all day, but I also knew that I couldn't help anyone if I couldn't pay the rent. In the next part of this mini-series, I'm going to tell you how I found the secret that made everything, including my personal health and my financial situation, completely transform. And when I discovered the secret, I knew that I would never do anything different with my life, and I haven't. I had finally found not just my dream career, but my successful dream career. So watch part 2 to hear what this secret was that changed everything.